And we were talking a little bit before we left on our break about technique versus coaching versus technique. I've heard a lot of talk the last couple of days about the chess pieces, the guy running the chessboard, the chess master. I just always go back. At the end of the day, it's the player. To me, it's the players on the field. Because you can put, like when Jay was here yesterday, he pointed at the board. He goes, I can draw up defenses to stop plays. But if you don't have the players there or the want to the players to go out and execute, makes no difference.
Heard an old coach some years ago, it's the Tommies and Joes, not the X's and O's. You think about this. People said the option was antiquated when we were running back in the 90s. But Coach Osborne had the Toms and Joes. He had the dudes out there that can run the offense. You know, you look at Georgia Tech, not this year's Georgia Tech, but their old Georgia Tech teams run the option for years. Army ran it like crazy. So point being, it's wrapped to your point. It's got to be the players, man. They got to change their mentality up big time.
Yep.
And that's the reality of it, man. I think I watched that run probably 6 times, wanted to vomit every time.
Yeah.
Just the lack of effort that was there. That has to come internally, man.
And it's and the thing too is it can be one person that can light the fires.
You know, I'm gonna throw something out there. Remember we tried to get out of the Oklahoma game?
I forgot about that.
No. I don't remember.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm bringing it up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm bringing it up.
We did not win out of it.
I was pissed when I heard that.
I don't remember that.
Furious. And then look what happens. Do you think that maybe possibly felt that we don't have the horses? That was 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Recruit better.
Yep. Yeah.
That was when I heard Moose come out with that. He's not our AD director, and we a lot of things are new right now, so I really don't care. All right, I'm gonna be mindful, but at the same time, it kind of makes you wonder. Moose like, yeah, we're gonna see. Whoa. Remember that was a huge test that was going on.
Yeah, I remember.
So, wait a minute, get out of Oklahoma game, and then this game gets played. You know what? This game, to me, was one of the biggest blessings Mickey can ask for, because now you know exactly how far you have to go and what you're working with and who's going to be a dog and who's not.
Yep.
Because right now, listen, you just got to find out who's committed, who's going to be a dog out there. And you know what? I don't even care if my dog misses the bite, but at least better lunge and try to bite that sucker. So I don't even care if they lunges, but at least lunge, at least act like you want to eat. So I think the OU game really showed, you know what, folks? You know what? Think about this. Came in a perfect timing too for an off week. You got some time to do some serious one-on-ones, some serious scrimmage, and think, you know what? Who wants to play? And if you don't want to play, that's fine. You're not going. If you don't want to play, that's great. Back off. Yep. I'm finding dogs who want to go out and bite. Yep. That's what I'm trying to find, man. Yep. Next one. Maybe it's because AD has a protein shake in his hand, a cup of coffee right here, and he's got water right here.
And AD's on one.
Tuesdays with AD.
Yeah. I'm sitting there going, man, it's only Tuesday.
AD's wanting to punch people, kick them.
Is AD going out of town this week? Or
Can you imagine if I was on an airplane right now? They'd mess with me on an airplane.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, AD just got arrested by TSA. He won't be with us for about a month and a half. Actually, looking at the year to 5.
Unless somebody has $25,000 to pay bail.
Can you do the show from the pen?
Well, you know what? Blake from Cortland says, like, me, you do the show from the pen. AD, why does that sound like a chain, sir?
He's always dressed in orange.
AD's got a new outfit today.
What is that show, Orange is the New Black?
Yeah.
Big Broncos fan. Broncos fan.
You know, Blake from that's what we want. We don't reach from you guys sex here. Like Mickey said, we have to recruit better. Regarding the offensive line and D-line for that matter, we just don't have the Billies and Joes. Exactly. Also doesn't seem like the team collectively put in the work needed in the offseason. Only hope this simple get stronger and faster, but it's difficult to do in season. I totally agree with you, man. If this is AD in the morning, imagine him in the afternoon.
He takes a lot of naps.
Hey, the Fitness Fanatics. Rubber Duck says, hey, I need Farrell's in Air Park Lincoln. Jeff and Nicole Asink, we got to get that figured out somehow. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Oh, Lord. So we can have the AD laugh tracker. Every time you
I'll just
make
be over
yourself
here.
laugh. Ching, ching.
I'll just use a pitch counter. Just be over here. You won't even notice it. I'll just be underneath the desk, just clicking it.
You know, when you think about this, though, man, and again, I know I'm going back because I'm thinking about that when Moose Nose tried to get out of that OU game. You know, I really think that right now, this was a blessing in disguise. It sucks. We hate losing, especially the way we got beat. Because think about this, y'all. Venables caught off the dogs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He could have hung about 75 on us easily and thought nothing of it. He called off the dogs, got real basic, got vanilla. But I hate to even have to say that. But the disparity in talent, the disparity in intensity, there was a moment that
we saved $1 million.
Yeah.
We didn't have to pay a team to come in and beat us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That sucks, but that's true. You think about this. When Davis, number 4, he made a mistake somewhere in that game, and you see Venables snatch him up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Snatched him up.
When they were up 49-7?
Yes, but then coached him up. Snatched him up.
Yep.
Let him hear it, but then coached him up, patted on his head. Listen, and the kid made a mistake, but he was going 110 miles per hour when he did it. We need that mentality here now more than ever. And you see Mickey. This is the first time I've seen this. I can't tell you the last time. There was one time during the game that Mickey called an entire team huddle.
Yeah.
Everybody was over there. That's what it's going to take, because here's the reality, folks. As much as us diehards, us of us old washed up guys and gals listen to this, the reality is this: that is still a very fragile football team.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, I can't ignore that fact that this is a very fragile football team. I'm not saying you coach them fragile though.
Yeah.
Because tough love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my dad was disciplined. He goes, son, it's going to hurt me more. It's going to hurt you. I was like, you know, I'm finding it hard to believe right now. But you know what? Tough love means you got to have some tough conversations. Yeah. So fragility does not mean that you're fragile on the guys, the behavior you're trying to get rid of and when you're trying to instill. Because you can't do it fragile. They're fragile because in many ways they were taught and coddled fragilely in the past. We can't have that anymore, man. Yep. These guys need to have accountability. You got to find out who's going to play with reckless abandon. So I don't think what would you like to see take place, Nick? If we're going to do something with this season, all right? You got 8 games left. You're only 0-1, and so there's some other teams that are 0-1 right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to the text line a bit, but Nick, what would you do, man?
Every job is open.
Yep.
Every job is open from week to week.
I love that.
Week to week. Because there are guys out there that have been playing for maybe 3.5 years that should not be playing. There are guys out there that have been playing for 2 years that should not have been playing past a game, right? And that's not a knock. That's just Nebraska should have better talent in the rooms. Right. And if those guys, what these last 2 years have told us is that if that is our best option at whatever position you want to throw out there, there's lack of depth and a lack of sustainability within the program.
Nick, what you just said, I like how you said every job is open.
Mm-hmm.
This was not done in a vacuum. This was not an overnight problem.
No, this is a compounding mistake over and over and over again.
Between, I think, receivers and tight ends, there was how many? 18? Almost 20?
There's a bunch.
Like I have my spreadsheet
but to
here.
Look at, I'm looking at our depth chart right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have Orr on 3 receivers.
Yep.
We have
18.
Orr on 1, 2, 3, 4 tight ends. We have Orr on another 3, 6. I mean, it's a ton.
Yeah.
And I get that. What I don't see a lot of the Orrs is on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's concerning because we don't have a lot of depth there.
Yeah. And I know looking back to last year when we were getting all the playmakers, the running backs, the receivers, I kept on saying, all right, well, when's that lineman? When's that line?
Said that a number of times.
Yeah. When's that line?
Said that a number of times.
Yeah. And
you said it the past couple years, bro.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, your lineman is what drives everything. If you have a good line like Buffalo, Josh Allen's not. Oh man. Josh Allen is not as, I mean, he's good, but he's not as great as he is without his offensive line. It's just what it is. It's been football forever.
Yeah.
Like, go back to my beloved Broncos, but John Elway could not get a Super Bowl done for three attempts. But then all of a sudden they got an offensive line and a running game makes things easier. Yeah, when you can run the ball, and I've been saying it all year. if we run the ball, play action opens up.
Mm-hmm.
If we become one-dimensional and we got to throw the ball, not as good because the defense knows that also. They're able.
See, Raph, you mentioned Mike, what's his name? Mike that played for the Broncos all those years, your offensive lineman. I met him at an event I spoke at. He had a dark hair guy. It's not Mike. He had dark hair, wore glasses.
Mark Schlereth.
Yeah, Schlereth. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's mentioned that a number of times with the impact that, well, first of all, you look at Shannon Sharp, you look at Davis, Schlereth, and a number of those guys. If those guys don't show up, there's a good chance, that Elway's like Marino.
Yeah.
One of the best to never win one.
Exactly.
Because you think about it, Marino didn't have all those weapons like they had. And those guys were nasty too.
Yeah.
You bring
look at Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. They're both great quarterbacks. Yeah. They're both great quarterbacks. But who has the offensive line? Who doesn't have the offensive line? Who's 2-0? Who's 0-2?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's crazy that it's like that, but it's the truth.
And for Cincinnati to get to the Super Bowl last year was an oxymoron.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, it reminded me so much of the 86, 87 Broncos where it was John Elway, one-man gang, but when it came to where they had to get it done, you needed that whole entire offensive line.
Need the whole package. Yeah. We got a break.
Yeah, we're going to get there. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to say this real quick, and I'm going to come back to this. Nebraska starts games out offensively very good.
Yeah.
We go down and score. What do we get away from, though? What happens? Do teams make adjustments whether we don't and we don't? Think about that real quick, y'all. Think about that.